WatchCharts is the world's leading secondary watch market research platform. Dive into the data yourself at WatchCharts.com. Rolex broadly classifies its models into classic watches like the Day-Date, Datejust, or the new 1908 collection, and the professional or sports models like the Daytona, Submariner, Explorer, or GMT-Master II. The professional models, especially those in stainless steel, are some of the most hyped and in-demand watches in the secondary market. With market conditions continuing to evolve, there are now over a dozen professional references that are available on the secondary market, including some in steel, below that magical threshold of the retail price for the same watch when bought new from an authorized dealer. If you're interested in buying one of these watches pre-owned, you no longer have to pay a premium over retail to do so. We'll go through the entire list of 18 references by model family and examine the price history and recent listings for some of them. So let's get started. Within the GMT-Master II family to start off with, there are two references that are available below their respective retail prices. These are the GMT-Master II 126719 with the blue dial and the 12675. Both of these are in white gold and red gold respectively, and they are available for below their retail price on the market today based on certain listings. And so when we say the value retention at the lower bound, what we're talking about is the market range that we publish for these watches on our website that you can go check out for yourself at watchcharts.com. And so within that market range, if we look at the lower bound and compute what the value retention at that lower bound is, relative to the retail price, we see that the GMT-Master II with the white gold implementation goes for 6.3% below retail, and then the rose gold version goes for 3.7% below retail. Now, the market prices in this case, in both instances, are actually higher than the retail value, which is why we're looking at the lower bound, which gives a sense of how far below just that one price transactions for this watch may be happening on the secondary market. And so if you look at the 126719 with the blue dial a little bit more closely, what we'll see is not only is the market range, which is represented by the light blue band, dipped below its retail price for a considerable sum of time now, coming up on maybe half a year, but even the market price itself for this watch for a brief period of time towards the end of last year dipped below that retail price level. The most recent listing that we can suggest for this watch is listed for $40,375 by a fairly reputable dealer on Rolex forums. And, this listing is available for purchase today. It's a full set with box and papers, almost has 5 years of warranty left. It's from 2022, so it's a fairly recent year of production on this watch as well. We'll move on from GMT Masters to the Explorer family, where the two-tone Explorer reference 124273 now has been languishing below its retail price for a considerable sum of time. This watch is now available. The market price for this is $10,894, which is solidly below its retail price. But if you go hunting for listings, you can actually find them for far less. And so one listing that was posted just a week ago from a fairly reputable member on Rolex forums is a mint condition box and paper set available for $9,895, which is a considerable sum below not just its market price, but also its retail price. The Sea Dweller family is the first one where we start seeing steel references, pure stainless steel references become available below their retail prices. And so in this case, we're looking at the standard Sea Dweller, which is the reference 126600, its two-tone implementation, which is the 126603, and then also the Deep Sea Dweller, which is the reference 136660. Even at the lower bound of its market range, this watch is just barely below the retail price, but the two-tone reference and the standard steel reference are both solidly below retail price at this time. And so if we look for the 126600's price history trend, we'll see that it's been available below its retail price, certainly as far as the market range is concerned, again, since last fall. And the market price itself during that time has been trending down. There are other listings available for this reference below its retail price of $13,250, but I wanted to just highlight a listing here that's from 2020 that's listed exactly for that retail price. That's from within the last week. Again, this watch is available if you go hunting for listings for less than that. This is just the one that I've chosen to highlight here as sort of representative of that price trend. If we're talking about sea dwellers, we have to talk about submariners, and there are now 3 precious metal Submariner references, each of which is available for solidly less than their respective retail prices. The 126618, both with the blue dial and blue bezel, and the 126618 with the black dial and the black bezel, as well as the Smurf 126619, which actually sees the worst value retention of all 3. And what we'll find is that actually the market price itself for the Smurf dipped below the $42,000 price level all the way back in August of last year, and it has stayed there since. In fact, even the upper bound of the market range for this watch is now below its retail price. So even for, let's say, a perfect condition, mint condition, full set, you might be hard pressed to be convinced that even that listing should be listed at or above its retail price. In fact, here's one from 2021 that's in excellent condition, again with box and papers, from a reputable dealer, listed just 2 days ago as of the time of this recording. That's available for considerably less than its retail price. On the other hand, the 126618LN has seen a somewhat different trend on the Smurf. Its market price dipped below its retail price level back in December, but then it came back up, and then now it's back down below the retail price threshold again. And, there's listings for this watch as well that you can find. And so the one listing here, this is a couple months older. So this is the oldest listing that we are featuring in this video, but this one is available for a 2022, full set with box and papers Submariner for, again, less than its retail price. Let's move on to another family of Yacht-Masters where, again, we start seeing steel references become available below retail, and solidly below retail at that. So the reference is 116680 for the Yacht-Master II in steel, 116681 in two-tone, and then 116688 in yellow gold. It's interesting here to note that while the steel and yellow gold references both lose about the same amount of their value from retail in relative terms, the two-tone seems to suffer quite a bit more. And the other interesting thing about the Yacht-Master II is that it's not the only model within the Yacht-Master family to experience these sorts of losses in value retention. Even the Yacht-Master 37, regardless of the metal that it's made in, can be found for less than their retail price. The Yacht-Master 37 268655 in full gold, which is one of my personal favorites, is sitting 16.2% below its retail price, so at the lower bound of its market range. The reference 268621 with the black dial is, again, at its lower bound, available below retail, 6.4% below retail. And the steel variation of this watch at 37, the lower bound is just slightly below its retail price. But what we'll see, again, if we look at the price history chart for the 268622, is that its lower range has been trending below the retail price level for quite some time. And if you go looking for listings, you will find them. And so here's one that is actually just from a day before this video is being recorded, that, again, is from a reputable dealer on Rolex forums, complete set with box and papers in very good condition, listed for less than its retail price. And then to round out the Yacht-Master family and come back up to the bigger sizes, both the 40 and the 42, these watches are also now available for less than their retail prices. The Yacht-Master 40, reference 126655, sits about 4.7% at the lower bound of its market range, below retail price. The two-tone version, again, suffers a value retention drop of nearly double that of the rose gold version. And then if we move up to the Yacht-Master 42, the white gold reference 226659 that retails for $30,500, that now has a market price of $29,000. And if we look at the with reference 126655. Again, if you look at its price history and compare the trend to its retail price of 28,800, we'll see that it's been available certainly at the lower bound of its market range for less than that price for a considerable amount of time now, probably coming up on 8 or 9 months. And so here's a listing on eBay, again, from a fairly reputable seller from just the last week that's available at that price point. In short, that's 18 references that are now solidly available below retail. We've shown you listings for some of those watches, and our hope is that this information is useful for you in helping determine what you decide to buy next, where to buy it, and at what price. But if there's any other market insights that you'd like to see us cover or talk about, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for listening.